water and air, and they double in size. And that basically scares off predators. If you can imagine, if we had that capability to just blow up in size when someone was attacking us, that person would be like, nope. So that's kind of the tactic behind that. And all of those things that I just described are adaptations. So that's a really cool example. And without further ado, I shall introduce you to our striped burrfish, who is very charismatic and hungry. So he is right here.
What's his name?
I call him Hufflepuff. And
my house is Hufflepuff in the Harry Potter test.
Very good. So you guys can relate. So he's coming up out of the water because he's getting ready to get fed. But you guys can see those stripes and those spots. That's a perfect example of basically how well he can blend in. And you can even see that beak or that mouth that I was sharing with you guys. And let's see if I can get a view of him right here. How cute is that?
You guys,
that's our filefish. That's another really cool fish with a lot of fun adaptations as well.
I was gonna say, if you guys click on speaker view, you'll be able to see up and close.
So anyway,
everything on your screen.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So back to the adaptation thing, as I was mentioning, every single animal that lives in an estuary exhibits and possesses really, really unique adaptations that allow them to survive in this environment, because it's always changing, and if they weren't adaptable, they wouldn't be able to survive. So kind of to finish that question off, and you guys can ask any other questions, and then maybe I can leave the end. I don't know how much time we have, but I can leave the end to just show you some cool stuff, cool animals, if that's all right.
I think Justin has a question.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is, out of all the questions that haven't been answered because they're not researched enough, which one do you want to know the most?
Which ones do what?
What questions that haven't been answered do you want to know the most?
Wow. I love that question. That's a really tough question. I would say, honestly, out of my own personal interest, one of the biggest questions for scientists is basically how much life exists in the ocean, and how much of the ocean there is so much of the ocean that has been left unexplored because we don't have the technology or resources to explore the vast ocean. So I think one of the really cool questions to be answered would be, what is out there that we don't know about yet? Because I personally believe there are species out there in the ocean that we've never explored and have never identified. So I think that would be cool to kind of learn more about the biodiversity and get more information on that. That's just one. There are many, many questions that I would love to hear someone get the answer to. And I think it's kind of cool, that you guys at a young age are studying these things, because you can develop your interests a little bit earlier. And if this is a field that you want to get into as adults, you're going to have a leg up on everyone else to kind of the field of research and what's been left unanswered, and kind of, dedicate your career to that, which would be really, really cool. So you guys have other questions? That was a good one.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
What's your favorite marine animal?
Oh man, I get asked this question all the time, and it changes every week. Is that fair? I think recently it has been a sea otter, because I would argue there aren't many cuter animals than a sea otter. You should watch a video of them because they're precious. But I have a interest in all of them, I guess. So,
Tyler, you have a question?
What marine life or like a species like that people just don't know much about?
I caught the tail end of that question. What was Say it one more time.
A marine biology species that has a lot of misconceptions or that people just don't know about in general.
Oh, good question as well. Well, the first thing that I would jump to, which probably is no surprise to you all, is sharks. How many of you guys enjoy sharks? Probably. Yeah. So sharks are one of the most misunderstood animals in our oceans. And you guys may already be kind of familiar with that, but sharks are portrayed in this light of they're dangerous, they're really aggressive, they're harmful, blah 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 to humans, which really just isn't true. And that's because just like every single animal on this planet, they have a strategy behind defending themselves. So any situation that a human has run into with a shark was really out of defense. They're not going around hunting humans or anything like that. And the amount of interactions of sharks harming humans is very, very, very minimal. There are more accidents leading to death with vending machines than there are with sharks.
What?
I know, right? And many other things. So sharks just really aren't that harmful. And when they are harming someone or something, it's out of defense. And you have to think about this with all animals. We as humans are the top predator on this planet, truly. And everything that interacts with us is a little bit afraid of us because we have a lot of capabilities. We're a lot larger. So, if we startle a shark, its instinct, regardless of who or what we are, is to defend itself. And that's the things that you're running into. But to talk a little bit about why sharks are so important, they actually are incredibly important in that ecosystem balance that we talked about in the ocean. They're actually what cleans up our oceans in a big, big way. And the way that they do that is they will eat anything. And sometimes sharks are a little bit lazy. And even though, like I said, they're portrayed as these ferocious predators, which they can be, a lot of times they're just going around sniffing out things that are already dying and eating them that way. And the way that they benefit our oceans in that way is that they're cleaning up decaying material and things that aren't healthy to begin with. So they're taking care of a lot of diseases and different things in that way by cleaning up those types of things. Does that make sense to you guys? So they're really, really, really important. And as top predators, they keep the system in check. There's got to be a balance. If we have no top predators in the oceans, we're going to have way too much of another species, like salmon or whatever. I can't come up with a good example. But so there has to be that balance, and there has to be a top predator, and there has to be a foundation as well. So sharks are really cool. You guys should always respect them because obviously they have these capabilities to defend themselves. But really, the ocean is their home, and we have to keep that in mind when we are utilizing the ocean or enjoying it. So yeah, sharks are cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Justin had a question too.
Yeah.
I just forgot to lower my hand.
Oh, okay. Anybody else? And I actually can't
Grab the charger.
quite the moment. I will let her just take it from here. And you maybe have some things you want to show us.
Yeah. Do you guys have a couple minutes?
I know that's what I'm trying to do right now is extend our time. So go ahead.
Well, I'll just jump into it. And if I get cut off or anything like that, I really appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I appreciate your teacher reaching out to me. That was really cool. I'm going to spend the last couple moments actually feeding our fish. Does that sound cool?
Yeah.
And my coworker, Samantha, actually saved the food for you guys, so you can thank her later. But really quick before I feed them, we've got Redfish right here.
Okay.
He is actually usually the most ferocious of the eaters. And then this is a tarpon.
Oh, that's a small one. Aren't they
Tarpon
normally?
are, I'm sorry?
Aren't tarpon normally a lot bigger?
Yeah, so that one's pretty small. They can be about 8 feet long, which is humongous. And tarpon are actually like dinosaurs. They have existed for a very long time, and they have really strong armored bodies. They have really cool adaptations that we talked about. Tarpon can actually gulp up air when they need more air off of the surface, which is insanely cool. We have lots of cool fish in here. There's the tarpon. There's that sheep's head.
We actually have unlimited time now. I was able to pull that
Oh,
up.
very good. I won't rush too much then, but I won't keep you guys all afternoon. But there's the snook right there. This is the largest pinfish you will ever see. He eats a lot of food. There he is.
I think I might have seen bigger.
Have you? That's impressive because this is a very chunky pinfish.
Yeah, I think my brother has caught in a bigger one before.
That's pretty
It was
impressive.
like a foot long.
Let's see if we get anybody swimming by. There's the tarpon.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I'll show you. Whoa, there's everybody. Some of the other guys in here actually hide, so you can't really see all of them. These are the ones that are out and about. There's that sheep's head and snook. These are pretty common fish. I'll show you a couple of the other ones over here before I feed everybody. This one you will enjoy.
Oh.
That is, I call him Flap Flap, or Flapjack, and this is an Atlantic stingray. He does have his stinger. This is a full-grown stingray, and you can kind of see the size comparison. They're not very big. He's about not even a foot wide and a foot long, but a really cool species that we have. Again, that's an Atlantic stingray related to sharks. This is a filefish. This plainhead filefish is actually a very unique fish that we talked about with really cool adaptations. He's kind of interesting looking. Way down here under the dome, under the rock, if you guys look really closely, you can see that orange spot there.
Yeah.
That is an eastern toadfish. Toad as in like a frog. They kind of have, they make sounds like frogs, which is really cool. And they also have, you guys will have to look it up later, toadfish. They have like really grumpy faces. They have like big frowns. It's very, very funny, but also very cute. We have a hardhead catfish, which is an animal, again, with another unique adaptation, which has venomous barbs in its fins, which can be pretty painful if stuck. And everybody else is kind of hiding. So I'll toss some food to them. They are very hungry during, where is the food? Here it is. During these times of stress, we haven't been able to get here as often as we usually are. So we're here. Fish don't have to eat every day. In fact, they can wait like a week before they need to eat. But we're here every other day feeding them, so they have an extra voracious appetite. And the tarpon is basically, I would like to think that I have him trained like a dolphin. When he comes around, I toss him the food, and he'll jump out of the water. So get ready to get a little scared. Let's see here. Ready? Whoa! Pretty cool, right? So he doesn't do that every time, but like I said, I kind of have him.
Nada que saltó un pez.
Pretty cool, right? So that guy obviously likes to eat a lot. So does the redfish. Everybody's enjoying their afternoon snacks during the pandemic. Where'd he go? There you go. Ready?
So cool. I think Rhea has a question. You want to ask your question, Rhea?
Yeah.
Do you have any,
Sorry, I can't see all of you.
Do you have any cowfish, either inside or outside?
Really great question. We don't have any in our collection, but we catch them a lot in the estuaries. Boxfish or cowfish are very common. They're a little bit harder to keep in aquariums, so we don't have any. But the filefish is probably the closest relative to that. They have that really like tiny face, or mouth rather. And I can like briefly show you guys upstairs too. I just wanted to show you that feeding real quick. Because we have a couple other species upstairs, including our turtle, which I think you guys will really enjoy. So I'm going to show you his crushing capabilities. Hopefully he won't bite me. Get out of here. see him eating that shell? Pretty cool. So he actually is crushing through that shell, which is a really, really powerful jaw that he has. All right, let me run upstairs really quick with you guys just to show you one last thing because I think you'll really enjoy it. And then I'll let you guys go. But those are our fish, and I'll finish feeding them in a little bit. They don't eat a whole lot. They eat a very small percentage of their body weight. But some fish will eat as much as you give them. So we have to keep that in consideration. We do some calculations on how much we feed them and what we feed them. We give them a variety of things in their diet so that they're full of nutrition. So I'm up in our classroom now, and I'll just quickly go through the aquariums, and then I'll let you guys go. Maybe I'll save him for last because he's going to be exciting. That's a decorator urchin, sea urchin. And they wear those shells. That's a cool adaptation. They wear those shells to blend in, which is fun. This is actually a big horse conch. If you guys go to our Facebook or YouTube channel, you'll see a really fun video of him eating another snail, which is really exciting. So check that out on our website at TampaBayWatch.org. That's fun to watch. There's one other cutie in here that I want to show you. You guys see that? Little hermit crab who also exhibits a cool adaptation. Where'd he go? Where they wear shells to protect their bodies, which is cool. This tank over here, you can't really see as much in here because everything in here likes to hide. But you can see that really purple sea urchin back there. Okay, lastly, of course, our very famous, handsome reptilian. Palm is a very unique turtle that actually lives only in brackish water, which is estuary water, which is another reason estuaries are so important because they provide a very unique habitat for animals like him. He is an ornate diamondback terrapin. So he's a pretty unique species. Yeah, what's up, Nolan?
His skin looks like a dragon fruit.
Yeah, we get that a lot, actually. It does. You're exactly right. He's one of the most unique looking turtles you will ever see. And he has those spots to help him blend in because his skin is so light. He would be very easily spotted if he wasn't breaking that color up. So those are what those spots are for. Any other questions about Palm? I could go on and do a whole nother spiel about him, but he's excited, obviously.
He's so cute.
Have you ever made him a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
You know what?
For any reason.
Just for you, I will try to accomplish that in the upcoming weeks. Stay tuned to all of our social media. You may try it. You may get to see a picture of him as a Ninja Turtle.
That's great.
He's very excited right now because he's like, what are you doing? Any other questions, guys? Anything at all about today, marine biology, Palm the turtle? No? Well, thank you guys for joining me today, and I'm really glad that we were able to do this. I understand that you guys are learning a lot of really valuable concepts and things about marine biology and the environment. So feel free to reach out to your teacher if you guys want to ask me specific questions. I'm always available to give you guys guidance or resources or send you pictures of the Ninja Turtle Palm, whatever it may be. Feel free to reach out at any time, all right? And good luck with the remainder of your school year and everything. I know it's challenging, but hang in there, everybody, because it'll all get back to normal before long. So
Thank you so much for your time.
yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys.
This was a highlight for all of us. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. See you guys.
All right.
Bye. Bye.